Good evening, everyone. My name is John, and today I'm showing you the Sherman Firefly, the tank I have been grinding, unfortunately, through the grant to get. Then I got the Sherman 3, which was actually not that bad of a tank, but it's all worth it because I've got the Firefly. So, what can you expect from the Firefly? Well, as this poor Carnarvon's finding out, the rate of fire is not too bad, and the damage per shot is not too bad. What was my opinions of the Firefly? Well, after the grant, I can definitely say one thing. I'm glad I'm done with that tank. Looking back on that line, it wasn't that bad of a line, but there were some rough bits to it, and I'm glad that it's over with, and I'm glad I finally got the tank. That being said, is the Firefly all I dreamed it would be? Of course not. I was dreaming of this tank one-shotting tigers and being the real-life Firefly. Unfortunately, Wargaming just can't do that. They've got to make it balanced in some aspect. And that's what they've done, and I felt they've done a good job in making sure that the tank is at least good, but not crippled by the hype. So, what can you expect from this tank? Well, it's pretty much an easy age with a 17-pounder gun mounted on it. The rate of fire is very similar to an easy aid, except it shoots way faster than this thing does, but it's comparable. Looking at the damage per minute of this tank, it's actually one of the worst of the Tier 6 medium tanks, but the damage per hit is actually quite better. I mean, it's a heavy tank gun mounted on this tank, for Pete's sake. So, grinding all the way through the Firefly and then getting the Firefly, I was playing a few matches trying to get the reins on it, and one match in particular struck a chord with me. It was very unique, I'll put it at that. It was very fun to play, and it had a pretty surprising ending for me. So here we are, Tier 6, Derpenberg. What can I expect out of this match? Well, they've got a T-150, a Jumbo, blah, blah, blah. I can kill them all with my 17-pounder. Who cares? Sherman Firefly and Jarrett in his SU-100 because he unfortunately doesn't have a Firefly, but he's more than willing to take that 122mm gun around and just beat people in the face with it. So, what can we expect out of this tank, out of this match? Let's give it a shot, shall we? So, this being Derpenberg, one thing I have noticed with the Firefly, it doesn't have the best gun depression. It's not bad, 6 degrees of gun depression, but there have been times where I really did wish this tank had 1 to 2 degrees extra gun depression, which, unfortunately, I'm saying Tier 6 is don't have 8 degrees of gun depression, but for whatever reason, in this tank, I feel as though I've really got to expose a lot of me. It doesn't play like a Sherman. When I think of American tanks, I think of good gun depression. This tank just doesn't have that, and that frustrates me sometimes. But I've made it work. And you're going to see here soon that that gun depression does, well, it doesn't really bite me in the butt so much as this M4 Sherman is going to get a pretty cheeky shot. See, here I go. I can't quite get the gun down. I put a snapshot into him, but he's going to dirt me with that 105 gun of his. I do take a little bit of damage there, but he's going to get waylaid by Jarrett. There you go. He's dead. Yeah. 105 derp gun versus 122mm gun. Yeah, Russia's going to win that one. AT2. The penetration for this tank is very good. It's the 17-pounder that's mounted on the TOG. It's mounted on the Black Prince. Very good penetration. In fact, I don't think there's a Tier 6 medium tank that's got better penetration than this gun. And of course, the second I say that, I hit the gun mainlet of the Jackson, and it just bounces, and then it misses. It's one thing I did get kind of frustrated with, was the aim time of the gun and the accuracy, but it wasn't all that bad accuracy-wise. I still was able to put in a couple decent shots down there, and it didn't seem to have a whole lot of issues in hitting its target. Not like a Jumbo with a 105 gun, but still, as you're seeing, I'm missing a couple shots, but the rate of fire does allow me to just keep hammering away. And it's at this point I'm like, hey, we're winning 5-0. What could possibly go wrong? We're beating. Really? Okay, fine. Knock out my commander. Knock out my gunner. Hit my fuel tanks. Really? I'm trying to do a video here, and you guys are derping me in the face with high explosive. Well, dodge and weave. Dodge and weave. Aha, I juked him out. Great. I've barely got 140 hit points. Half the crew's dead. Might as well just... I mean, what else could possibly freaking go wrong? Oh, yeah. Let's damage the turret ring and take out the driver. There's an old saying. Murphy comes a-knocking whenever you say, what else could go wrong? Yeah, Murphy paid me a freaking visit. So, now I'm left with a choice. I've got a med kit. Who do I use it on? Well, I do like driving at least decently fast, so let's use it on the driver. Most people might have chose the gunner or the commander, but I would rather make this tank move rather than sit there and be able to hit them or have 6 cents if I did have it. But hey, even with a dead gunner, I'm still able to put 2 shots at T-150 no problem. And just earlier, I was missing the weak point of an AT-2, so that should tell you something. T-150, though, doesn't seem too concerned with me at the moment. But he does. He spins the turret, and all he has to do is break wind in my general direction, and I'm dead. So I would rather not take that chance. And sometimes I'm just sitting here praying that artillery doesn't splash me. I would rather not die, please. Please. Just let me kill the T-150. Okay, he's dead. And there you are, you little Artie. Fine. Aim. Aim. I have no idea where that one went. But thankfully, with my loader still up, I'm able to reload and kill him. So, haha. Well, we're back in the lead again. And there's no immediate threats. Should I use the repair kit? Well, I could, but there's nothing really affecting my tank. I mean, yeah, damaged turret ring's a problem, and so is damaged fuel tanks, but I mean, I'm on 45 health. What? Really? If I burn through that 3,000 silver, that's really not going to help me by repairing a turret ring, so I'm just going to play very cautiously. M8 gets obliterated. Churchill 1, no problem. May have a dead gunner and dead commander, but I can still hit him. And that's, oh my gosh, I don't know how I was hitting him. I hit him 3 consecutive times. The last time bounced, but it was still a hit. A-20, I do try to take a snapshot at him. It just goes completely nowhere and hits the freaking ground. Jumbo's way over there. There's no way he's any threat to me. There is a Nosshorn, though. And I'd rather not get hit by some Nosshorn hiding in the bushes. So I'm going to be very cautious and hopefully not get hit by him. And there he is. Keeping as low a profile as I can. Aim the shot in. Aim the shot in. Oh my gosh. Finally hit him. Not bad. Whew. So, it's just the Churchill 1 and the Jumbo. Both of them nearly dead. This match is going to end at any second now. Yeah, not a bad match overall. This is where things really got boring. As I sat here and waited for the Churchill, Jumbo was way out of reach. We had won this match, and I managed to scave away just barely. By the skin of my chinny chin, I mean, I barely, just barely, anyone could have killed me. So, with that being said, let's take a look at the post-battle results and see how it went. What the heck is that thing? That's a medal I've never seen before. What on earth is it? Oh, it's a Boletti's medal. It's awarded to players who destroy at least 2 enemy vehicles and survive the battle to victory despite receiving at least 5 different critical hits and losing 80% or more of its hit points. That's the first time I've ever seen that medal, heard of that medal. I don't know if it's an epic rare medal or not, but hey, it's the only one I've got, so why not? Besides that, made 46,000 silver, over 1,700 experience, dished out 1,623 damage, and killed 3 enemies. I would say that's pretty dang good, and considering this was my 15th battle, 10th or 15th battle in the Sherman Firefly, I'd say I kind of got the reins of it. It's a pretty good tank. I'm enjoying it, and like I said in my previous video, I think this tank's going to stay in my garage permanently. So, hope you all enjoyed. Remember to stay tuned because I am going to be bringing out some other videos that hopefully you'll find entertaining. And hopefully I can learn to speak next video. So, talk to y'all later.